record or... Okay. Hey, good morning, good afternoon, everybody. I'm Aubrey, and this is day 16 out of 30 of my challenge on YouTube. This is Wildly Ambitious. And thanks for tuning in, or welcome back if you've seen some of my other videos. Most of them aren't terribly exciting either. This is just my challenge to myself, so I can, come out here every day, get in the habit of doing something, uploading content and stuff, get a little better at talking. I think I already said that, but whatever. So what's going on today? I just woke up. It's about 9:30 in the morning, and I'm out here in Delaware. It's a beautiful day. Hoping it gets a little warmer as the season gets colder, and that's just how nature works. So I'm not trying not to complain too much. I hate the cold weather though. Some of my friends are super into it. I don't understand. Yeah, I mean, some people feel that it's a lot easier to escape that than the heat. I disagree. Drink a lot of water. Get a fan or something. I don't know. I'd rather be hot and pissed off than sad and shivering. It makes coming out here doing these videos a lot harder. Smoke these cigarettes, can't feel my damn fingers. Right now it's not too bad. I mean, it's bright out. It's a nice day. I don't know what the temperature is, but I don't really care either. Well, seems like so far in Trump land we haven't been nuked by anybody. I mean, I know Russia's already, at least Putin said that we're cool for now. I know he's super happy about the way things are going, at least as far as who we got in office now. And what that might mean, I don't really know. I'm not so into politics like that. Been trying to follow, what's going on in the country and the world with this election and everything else going on. We've got all these issues right now that it seems like we either like to distract ourselves from or ignore, or we just get way too excited about for a day or two and then just find validation from that excitement for a minute without actually doing anything to fix the problem or address what needs to change. And that's just something I notice with a lot of people these days. Like, everybody really wants to be this or that, wants to be like an activist, wants to make a change the world. It's like that Beatles song. It's like, well, we all want to change the world, and so on. You know how it goes. I'm not about to sing the Beatles to you unless you want me to. Leave a comment if you want me to sing some Beatles for you. I'm just kidding. Please don't do that. I mean, I'll probably do it if you want, but anyway, I'm talking about politics and shit. Like I'm like a real talks person. Is that even a word? Talks person? I doubt it. But it's early, so give me a break. Anyway, what else am I doing? Yesterday, what the fuck was that band called? I don't know. I did a band yesterday that was pretty cool. Mallard. It was my friend Dave's friend's band. I forget the kid's name, but he was like 16 when he made it apparently, and it was about him and being homeless as a teenager, like his parents were on drugs and stuff. Pretty interesting story. I don't want to say it's typical of that kind of music, but it seems like a lot of the kids you see who come out of situations like that will turn to music and stuff to either like get off the streets or just put some of that energy to good use, being creative and stuff. Like, I know that's why I do a lot of the stuff that I do, just because of my background and some of the things that I'd rather not deal with directly all the time. So I'll turn those creative energies into my guitar, singing, or in my notebooks I'll write stuff down. And it's all just how to get through the day, take things one day at a time. Maybe if you're like a rich person, you can take things a little bit further, because I know that below the poverty line we like to rest at going day by day. You can get a little bit higher up there in the middle class. Maybe you go week by week, check to check. And that's one thing. Like musicians like Apathy, who wanted to mute my whole video for using his songs, still talk about him. He had this one song. It was Check to Check. I don't think it was on that mix actually, because I fucked it up with the tags when I downloaded it, but totally legally, by the way. Piracy is theft, bro. Don't fuck with that shit. I'm here telling you that in my posterization state, just so you know that I don't give a shit. But anyways, like live by the beat, like you live check to check or some shit like that. Just because, you know, if it don't move your feet, then we don't eat. So we like neck to neck or some shit. Because we all gotta eat. We gotta do these things. We need a place to stay, you know, through basic needs or food, water, shelter. At least tap water's pretty much free. It's not hard to get. You know, saying you might live check to check. It's week to week, bi-weekly. You know, some people have a little bit more money, so they don't have to worry so much about such immediate things. Pay all your bills and stuff. You live like year to year. And then like people who are in that top several percent, you know, it's more like 10 years periods, because you're thinking more about investments, what you're going to do right now. So is that when you get that return, you've got all these other things in motion, whatever. That's, you know, it's nice to know about these things, just thinking about them, because a lot of Americans do see themselves less as a lower class than as temporarily embarrassed millionaires. And that was a quote from somebody that, once again, I forget. I hear a lot of information and don't really recall the sources quite so good. Sorry, you might see me talking kind of funny and doing this face sometimes, just because my teeth hurt real bad. So yeah, you're gonna have to get used to that until maybe about the end of this challenge here, because well, you see, you know, I've explained this before. I've got these teeth problems driving me crazy, make you stupid. Yeah, if you ever dealt with that, you'll know. I think that's why they call them wisdom teeth too. I was wondering about that while I was younger, and I learned it's because all that pain you go through make you wise, make you appreciate all that shit other people doing for you, because yeah, you can't really do shit on your own. Being 20, 19, 21, whatever, around that age is when you know, people stop seeing you as a kid, they start seeing you as an adult. And some people do still treat you as a kid just because, you know, they know that you haven't really been through those experiences that make you a grown-up, I'll say. And you know, this is really the time when 2 years turns into 6 really fast, from what I understand. So, you know, like when I was in high school, my dad would say, it's those decisions you make right now that are going to set you on this path that, you know, will really affect your whole life. So when I was 15, that made sense, but like, what am I going to do about it? Like, I didn't want to go to school. I wanted to be in a band, but, you know, from his experience, I knew that was probably not my best idea. And like, it was hard to just say, no, I'm not going to do this at all. Like, just jamming around this kind of bullshit. It's like, back then, like he told me, he's like, it's kind of like you're trying to be me, except you're not actually doing anything cool. And I was like, well, first of all, fuck you, I'm gonna move out. Second of all, you know, it's not like I was trying to do anything really that cool. Like, what do I expect to change to do? Like, am I going to create a cultural revolution? I doubt it. Am I going to physically be there for somebody, so in a way that's going to change their life for the better? Maybe. That's really my goal. That's what I want to do, is make a positive impact on the world. Like, I tried to do that FEMA Corps thing, the AmeriCorps. It's kind of like the domestic version of the Peace Corps, basically. But I don't know, I think I actually still have to call about that. I talked to a guy on the phone, they sent me this flyer, but they said the season was already over, so I don't know, man. I don't want to do that in the summer, or in the winter, I mean. I'd rather do that in the summer. Like, I tried getting in on like a few spots that would have actually been really cool and interesting. They would pay for housing and food and stuff, like in October, when I still had my car, actually. Helping people, you know, everybody wants to do that. We all want to change the world for the better, usually. Even if it's more of a selfish desire, you just want to make an impact, you want to make money, start a family, start a business. That's what we all want. That's the American dream. It's property ownership. That's all it's ever been. And until maybe more in these recent years, like we're in the 21st century, on the digital age, everything is information now. That's what currency is. Like, you know, you got information, you're probably a little bit richer than the person next to you. And I say richer, this has nothing to do with money. You know, you have wealth, financial wealth, but more importantly, you have that physical and mental wealth, that health from doing the things that you know are right, that are healthy. You know, you got to do those things. You got to take care of yourself if you actually want to succeed. And I'll say succeed as in you're trying to do something, you actually have to make that happen, or else that's, you know, you could consider that a failure, or you can consider that as a trial that leads to you learning what not to do. Like Thomas Edison, I think that's who said it. He's like, I didn't learn how to fail, I learned how to, or what the fuck did he say? I don't know. He's like, I didn't fail 10,000 times, I succeeded once and learned all these other ways not to do it, or like whatever. I think you know the quote. Maybe even better than I do. Famous people, they say shit sometimes. Yeah, that's how it works. Yeah, I'm talking about success and wealth. Get that mindset, because, you know, life is all just energy, and we're just vibrating at these frequencies that we may or may not understand. All these forces acting that, once again, we may or may not understand to whatever degree. Usually we don't. Science and technology have come so far in this age that, you know, we have a pretty good grasp over a lot, but we still don't technically understand the true nature of our reality and existence, or why we're here, or how we got here, or any of that. And people have all these theories that they swear by. You know that it's the truth just because you know. That's, sure you do, guy. I'm sure you read enough books to understand how the world works. What am I getting at? Frequencies, yeah, you gotta buzz it, what you attract. So, you know, if you're living in a state of desperation and neediness, then that's what you're gonna bring into you. You're gonna bring that energy back. What you put forth, you reflect and absorb back. So, you know, if you're buzzing at a low frequency, then, you know, you're gonna stay low probably. If you're putting out high frequency, there's ways to keep that energy, so as to attract more of it, and, you know, get in those better cycles, those better mindsets, so you can actually do the things you want to do, instead of just laying there thinking about it, talking about it with your friends. You gotta get out there and do some shit. That's why, you know, that's why you're still doing the same old shit with the same old friends, living at your parents' house or whatever. You know, you're talking about how you want to make money, but you're not doing it. And, you know, it's not like you just got to get a job, get up, go apply, get the job, go there, work, and all your problems will be gone, like maybe my granddad will think or say to me. You know, and that is kind of true. Like, if you're working, then a lot of your problems really do go away, because, you know, first of all, you're actively engaged in something every day. Maybe not every day, but most of the time. You got something to get up, go to, do every day, something that you may or may not feel good about. Hopefully you do. That's why you want to get a job that you love or appreciate. This fly, dude, pissing me off lately. It's fucking November. They need to die. Anyway, frequencies, attraction, mindset, health, wealth, build that shit up. You know, you gotta start from the bottom, no matter what you do. Like, you know, you could have a real solid career in something. Like, my dad could have been a really good tattoo artist. He actually was a very, very good tattoo artist. He did a lot of good things for a lot of people I know, and on himself too. And how he fell off of that, I'm not going to get super into. It's his own personal story that I'm not here to babble on about, but he's my dad, so, you know, I can talk about him a little bit. He I think he did actually get into an apprenticeship once, but you know, starting from the bottom and all that takes time, takes money, takes energy that you might feel that you don't have. But then, you know, later on down the road, here we are. I talked about their situation a little bit in one of my videos. I think that was the one that got muted, actually. And you know, I don't want to get too deep and heavy and personal, but you know, right now is really scary for me just thinking about them. I don't know what they're going through right now. I just know that they lost their house pretty recently, and that they don't know what they're gonna do. And that might be somebody's fault. It might be the government. It might be, I don't know, drugs or just the state of the economy. But you know, one day at a time. That's how we gotta take things. No matter how scary or hurt you are, you know, you still are here. Gotta take things slow. Gotta start somewhere and actually take care of yourself. And you gotta take care of yourself before you can take care of other people, or it just won't work, because you're gonna be all tired, out of energy, you're gonna be beat, you're gonna be pissed off because things aren't going your way, and you're gonna take that out on the people who actually care about you and try to help. So, with all that, go back to a lighter note. Do I even have one? My teeth still hurt as fuck, so I don't really have a lighter note for you. That's why I'm in posterization. Everything's super light or super dark. Hell yeah, we got reds and yellows, blacks and whites. That's all I need to get by. Ah, fuck. So, I don't know, man. I'll try and do another review or something today. Day 16 out of 30. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please subscribe, like, leave a comment if you watch the video so I know I'm not talking to myself. Because, you know, most of the time it feels like I am talking to myself out here. So, if you got anything to say, please say it. And I hope you have a great day. This fucking fly, dude.